Touched it away as if he does that every week. It's a brilliant header.
Stylianos getting the equalising goal. Adams getting a second now for the Red Bulls. 4 minutes now for the Red Bulls. Can Chelsea find a response? James Thomas slotting in to the right back berth, having just come on as a substitute. Thomas. Into the byline, and to get him across. They've got a ball. Unbelievable. And yet again, it's Sean Davis. 2 for him. And
Just don't see that normally, week in and week out. They make things happen. They get to the ball, they make blocks, they clear their lines. They've not done any of that. And they've been punished time and again.
Hazard. Here's Williams. Matic winning the header. James Thomas. This is their first pre-season fixture, but what a night for the Red Bulls in New Jersey. The New York Red Bulls 4, Chelsea 2.
Great chance to play against the New York Red Bulls too, but only their 3rd competitive game of the season. That game against the Bulls. Coming up to join this squad. Everyone working for the New York Red Bull staff is sitting directly around me, so it should be a good night. Mike DeFont wearing the captain's armband for the first time. Etienne out wide to Thomas. Thomas beats one man. Going to link up. Ian is doing exactly what his coaches asks of him. Holding that ball up, relieving some pressure. And jump-starting the attack. This one flicked on. Jamie Thomas in the battle there. He's bounced around. He's played USL as well as some time in Europe. Has played. Good switch of the field from Martinez. Thomas able to beat De Silva to it and guide it out of bounds. Keep it under the crossbar. Another warning side from this Jersey Express team. You gotta hope that they don't waste their opportunities while they're up in the minute of play. NJIT, the home that we're in, recently moving up to the Division I level, current Rutgers player. Trilich now finding himself up high. Great ball out wide. Read though by Kvara. He's had the 2 best chances of the game so far tonight. So Coach Wolinek's boys are going to have to do something to turn the tide a little bit here in the second half. Trilich, the captain, working hard as he did throughout the first half. Caused problems, helped. This Jersey Express team came out with a lot of confidence to open this game up. Offside's called Open Cup. It's at Open Cup for all of your score updates throughout the night. You have the West Coast game still to kick off later tonight. Good battle. He's been able to win tackles when he's been forced to one-on-one. Cover ground as well. Thomas plays back. Drilic putting on pressure. Broda's in the throw in. No substitutions for either team so far, but both teams have their substitute. Brian Martinez to the head of Cars. Cars back on the ball here. Between him and Jamie Thomas, throwing will go to New York. Trying to lay it off for DeFont. Well read by Kavara. These young players for the New York Red Bulls too. This team's all about development. Professional contract. Cars going to find Drilic. Drilic able to get by Thomas. Thomas needed to make that tackle. Needed to make it clean, and he did. Jersey Express, though, still composed. A historic win for this franchise. Just in their second ever U.S. Open Cup game. Trying to get their... Won by Cars. No foul called against Jamie Thomas. Sanchez now with Arguela on him. Sanchez no room to cross. Thomas still keeping alive to Sanchez. Sanchez can't get the cross. Great opportunity to counter. Riego wide open down the middle. And the pass can't reach him. The same style, they have similar principles in their soccer beliefs, he was saying, in the need for high pressure, as you see Hugh Alex Dixon there with the cross blocked. So to go out for the first corner now to this Red Bull 2 team. First corner taken. Coming in, Castano with the clearance. Blocked in and cleared off the line in there. It looked like Jamie Thomas. Early play there for the Rochester Rhinos. The corner whipped in. It looked like the final touch in the end came off of Tony. One big claim to fame. They are the only non-MLS team to win. They've looked comfortable. As Rolf lays it off here. Dixon's wide open on the far side if they can get it there. Down in Honduras for the US U17 team that was able to secure qualification. Is out with an injury today, and so he's not dressed to play for this team. So Zajuk takes over in the center midfield as the only academy kid here in the States. Has 7 appearances so far. That scores the first goal in franchise history. It's always a mark you want to put down as a player. Put yourself into the record of Plua. And everyone else for the Red Bulls will remain the same. Jamie Thomas' touch jumps up on him, but it works out for him in the end. The New York Red Bulls 2. Still trying to find that opening goal. They had that penalty kick, that center back position alongside Mike DeFente. Has been dangerous consistently from set pieces. This one to the top of the box. Headed away again by Jamie Thomas, including Leo Stoltz behind. He thinks Chris Sonis is going to have the opportunity to score a lot of goals. Now, you got to go visit uslsoccer.com, get the latest news and live stats. And game, Brandon Miller has a chance to claim that first starting spot. Last year, he and John McCarthy looked like they were going to shoot it at Canisius University, where he was their leading scorer last year. Red Bulls working around that back line. Well, he thought he had a handball there. Referee's not seeing it the same way. And now Dixon with space. We haven't seen much of him yet in the second half. He was a big threat in the first half. That's blocked. And it looked like Ringhoff coming in. Straight swap at left back for the Rhinos. Something with John Wolyniec. Wolyniec, like I said, New York Red Bulls 2 team, and see how they adjust and then how the teams go from there. And that's center back in the second, or throughout in the middle of the first half. And he's done a very good job there putting out fire. He'll keep himself sharp as he gets ready for his opportunity at the next level. And every time we've seen him come in here, was played in from Derek Etienne. Etienne has been phenomenal off the bench, showing his quality, as has Borges. You see there that ability, takes the ball down, gets it to Jamie Thomas. And Thomas can.
Premier League and stuff, so.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, sorry, I'll meant to do it later. We got it out of the way now. Lead pass ahead. Here's a chance and an assist on Saturday against Rochester. Keeps the ball in play. Slogic tries to muscle in. He grabs Jamie Thomas, the wingback, from behind, but Thomas keeps his feet, works down against the 6'6" Slogic. And the ball out of play. Thomas is furious with the assistant. League underway, and tonight there will be a great matchup. If you're on the West Coast, stay up and watch it. First of all, here's an attempt from the side, and a goal! Frank race up to get it. Charlotte keeps it in play. Martinez, entry in. Ribeiro had it headed away. All in for Martinez. Danny will drop it off. Cross put in. Ribeiro had an opportunity, but it was nice ball down the field. That was, Conrad Plewa to Sonis. Now Jamie Thomas to go. Good fake on Slogic. Inserts the ball into the right. Header played back that time by Stoles. There, and then wound up playing his final 3 seasons with the Bruins.
Yeah, it looks like a good size athlete. Technical ability looks good.
This is a team that looks very composed and collective, even though they field 8 rookies here tonight.
Still twice, and Noonan's obviously looking to get forwards too. So I think that's the way the space is. Or New York Red Bulls are allowing the 2 fullbacks the space and really pressing the ball high up, really hard and high up through the middle of the central areas of the field.
Jamie Thomas working against Slogic, puts a good corner in. Now Slogic ricochets off his leg, shoved by Thomas, and that's going to be a foul. He pushed off on Baji. That might be generous.
I think that might be generous.
Boy, dangerous pass there by Slogic. Duckett was there to clear it. Did so right in front of his own net. And now Sonis with an opportunity. Enzo caught up with it first. Long pass ahead, bounced off the shoulder of the onrushing Thomas. And then Alvarez tugs down Thomas, who wants a card. And sit on in the stands, and we've got a good crowd here tonight.
Yeah, it's a nice evening.
Here comes Noonan to keep the pressure on. Stole away from Castellanos. The center will be headed out by Thomas. Charlotte throw. Here's Noonan. On the right will play far side. That's chested down. Nicely done. And
played at SLU or surrounding area. More importantly, players that grew up playing youth soccer in the area that have come back to play on this team. Good steal from Jamie Thomas. Sacramento knocking off Seattle Sounders 2. In the West, a big game. An opportunity here. The first of Plavin now alive in the box. Ambersley able to beat Castano, but cleared by Jamie. The early minutes of this one. A little bit of action both ends so far. Only the good interception there from Jamie Thomas. The left-footed cross into the near post. Ambersley lays it off. No one there to take it. Now Jamie Thomas looking to counter the other way. Sam Fink is back to cover. Pat Parker Marr, but Obakop able to get away the shot and the goal for the second time this season. Marius Obakop moves to the long ball over the top. Ambersley able to flick it on now. Takata challenging with Jamie Thomas, and the flag goes himself, as I said earlier, scored in the first matchup against New York. Now going up top in place of Ambersley, the Jamaican. He's got 4 captain's armband with Barklage off the field. Is it out wide to Duty? Jamie Thomas and Patrick Duty in a physical battle there. Williams plays out of pressure well. See, a 1-0 lead for New York through Marius Obakop at St. Louis, coming out of halftime with 2 offensive.
Here's Stoltz. New York gets the ball forward. Back to Plewa. Sends it out wide for James Thomas. Nice burst of speed there. Here's New York building. Here's Thomas.
Nice 1-2 play right
on the
there.
left side. Cross into the box. And
In themselves.
Sukunda looking for a man, but that one is way off. Santiago Castaño picks it up. Foot now. A nice ball up the left-hand side for Thomas.
Once again, the fullbacks.
Thomas plays it into Stoltz. Manolo Sanchez.
Maybe add a bit more desperation to their game without being reckless.
He plays it through to Jacques Haman on the right side. Here's Haman who'll cross it in, but broken up nicely there by New York in this game, and they have nothing to show for it right now. FC Montreal hanging in there. It's tough, but they're hanging in there right now with this 0-0 scoreline. Quixote on the left side. Here's Obukop again. Here's Thomas going to cross it in. Sanchez there, blocked by Secunda, and a nice save there from Jan Filion. A foul called there as Regi's taken down, and again in frustration, New York will
Big saves in the first half.
to the replay here.
Nice cross behind Yannick Charbonneau. Goes for the header. Deflects off Yannick Charbonneau.
No, off Secunda's hip there. That one sent out of play.
Rhythm of the game won't change for them. So, as per the center midfield area, has been very poor in the sense, you know, the Rebels have been taking over the whole game in that zone, and at the same time,
It starts in MLS play. Rainish an opportunity for the third time to get minutes here with the New York Red Bulls too. This one quickly played out of bounds. At the top toward Jamie Thomas with a good steal there. Thomas really solidifying his spot at right back. Colin Heffron on the bench today, another defensive option. Sean McClaw's dressing. And with so much movement in this team, has had to try and gel this team together. Mike DeFonto putting in other teams that are taking on USL opponents. USL's with a new player today in Henry Martin, sitting on the bench, an 18-year-old center back loaned up from the academy. Jamie Thomas pushing it forward to Tsanis. Tsanis with a high. Metzger there, back to an open Jamie Thomas. Thomas, time and space to cross over the head of Stolt. But Louisville City, along with the Colorado Switchbacks, teams like that. This one's crossed in, flicked off. And Eric Cruz looks to be throwing up on the field and then getting himself back into play. Bedoya here.
And you can do that too, have confidence playing in front of, well, whoever it is, the choice in goal. It hasn't really made much space. Plays it towards the corner. Running onto it for New York is Thomas. Plays it across and paces out.
Round, first of all, by that central midfielder, Tyler Adams, to find number 33, Jamie Thomas, running out of the backfield and then cutting it out at the near post as Mark Pace, very alert, going from corner flag to corner flag.
There's a long pass over the top, and Hardware just kind of bumped, trying to regain control. It's out of play. No, good. Nicely saved right there on the near sideline. New York trying to keep it. Duty trying to keep it in for St. Louis F. Center circle for St. Louis. Hardware looking for that outside, and it's in that notebook.
Oh, yeah, you can't look in there.
That's
Joe.
right.
Oh, no.
New York with possession on the near side. Bedoya plays it back, and then they'll finally play it over the top. Nice little flick running on the right side. Bouchou carries a little bit. Now comes outside looking for Gall. New York trying to work something from this right sideline. Tapped it back for Jamie Thomas. Thomas in the corner, looking to get it right to the keeps it himself. Tried to come back with it, and it's knocked away.
But you got to be able to join the attack as well.
Well, you said it, corner flag to corner flag. That's a fitness certainly comes into play there.
Oh, it's huge, Joe. It is absolutely huge, especially for a
for Vandergrift, but Vandergrift's going to loft it into the penalty area. Ooh, Gall had a look at it. Hardware will tap it back, and the shot will go.
on the white, black, white. You are a different player. You've got 2 stars on your shirt. We're going to get a 3rd in this year's World Cup. That's the type of speech that all these clubs go through one time or another.
New York with a Quetzker on the far side for New York. And a little touch in the overlapping run now. Played into the box, and it's headed away. Box to pull it down.
Good goalkeeping there by Mark Pace. As soon as that ball left Anthony Wallace's feet, he was off his goal line. And
Marshall Wireless Stadium. New York again on it here at Soccer Park. Bedoya with a pass ahead. Racing on. And the play right in front. Sanas couldn't.
And should have been the third for the Red Bulls. Good attacking. They get in behind everybody. They send it to the opposite post.
At left back and Sean McLaws at right back. And Adams now coming into this, coming back and covering. Fran Martinez, the young Spanish center. He and Sean Davis showed so well along with the rest of this squad. Franklin Castellanos, who got a goal. No call made here, and Jamie Thomas playing through. Manolo Sanchez, first chance of the game, and scores! Puts it by Andre Rawls, and Manolo. Thomas continues to work through, picks this ball up, finds an easy ball out to Manolo Sanchez, and Manolo Sanchez really soccer junkie. New York looks to clear here. A World Cup quarterfinal appearance with a bevy of players who play here in the United States. Vincent Kerr, Rob Vincent get the show on the road for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh facing off against Louisville later today, trying to fight their way back into the playoffs. Williams out wide right. Loans from the first team, but it's the USL players, full-time players that are making all the difference. Sean McLaws now. Tackle couple starts for this team. Henry Martin, a young center back, has played heavy minutes for this New York Red Bulls 2 team. Wolnick's been able to put out a consistent product week to week. This team currently sitting. Corbin Bone preparing to come in. As this cross comes in, Bonoma. Bone here has been active since he's come off the bench. Turnover. Still now. Akinyode battling through two tackles there. Jamie Thomas now taking his open space, pushing it wide. Obakop has space to cross.
Put away for the game today. Zobasi, his first push forward, and it's a little awkward.
You don't see obstruction called very often anymore in the modern game.
There's a look at it.
You sort of ran right up the back of Thomas.
So for those of you watching on
YouTube, moment in the game. After that, the Red Bulls really picked things up and had much of the play in the second half, but neither team could find the back of the net in the first time around. 0-0.
There's Thomas.
And it was a great play by Obasi. You can see that John Wolnick knows about Obasi. He didn't play the first game, but he certainly knows Obasi. He had two guys on him, but Obasi.
The numberless jersey out to James. Inside for Etienne. Ice bag up on his left leg, so might not be the hand. It could be the left leg that's bothering Miller here. He's made his way over to the bench. To a great start. Last time they started off this well was back in 2012. They had 6 straight.
But again, still no
penetration.
No penetration. Just the one chance for Bedoya where he hit the crossbar early.